Hey guys, I'm Angel Tarot 23. Today I'm here in the middle of the mall and I'm just going to do some tarot readings here. Um, I wanted to point out that when I go out, I see signs from the universe. And I wanted to encourage everybody else to start opening their eyes and looking around. The signs are everywhere. When you're thinking, the divine can literally draw your attention like a magnet to whatever you're needing to see, whatever they want you to hear. It might not be what you want to see or hear, but it might be a sign that helps you go in the right direction. Sometimes we like to lie to ourselves and think that a situation is best for us, but remember that if it's too good to be true, it probably is. But if the divine is really sending you a nice gift, it could seem like too good to be true. But think about how realistic it is. Is it something you're manifesting into your life? Like, a person needs to be in their unique self in order to understand what kind of manifestation is best for them. But, alright, these shirts back here can be interesting signs. Right now I see fans over here. Fan store. My fans like it that I do stuff like this. And what do we got down this way? I see some John Deere tractors in the middle of the mall on display. To me, this is a sign for farmers. And right past that, it's a pretzel maker. So we got some twists. Yeah, the divine really does like to use twists. What else do I see? I see a CBD healing shop. Some of us do need that to heal and stay healthy. What else do I see? Oh, I see sunglasses over there. We've been talking about people getting shaded a lot. And I see a Coca-Cola machine. Alright. That's how you be more aware of your surroundings. Alright, let's do a tarot reading. But anyways, today I had an encounter. A while ago, I had my suspicions about the gang stalking we've been talking about. And I had a lady that worked at the BioLife do 2 bad pricks on me. And I threatened to take her picture and, talk corporate about it. And they didn't like that because there's no taking pictures at their place. So they told me to leave and I did. So today I tried to come back and explain that was a misunderstanding and tell them about the gang stalking situation to see how they would react. I did not like the way they reacted. I explained the situation and she told me she didn't believe me, basically, and said she can't allow me to come back. And I went to shake her hand. I said, okay, fine. If this is how it's going to be, let's shake hands and I'm going to leave. And she said, no, I'm not going to shake your hand. And I was like, what? You're gross. What the hell? Like, who says that? And she said, likewise. And I was like, what? Excuse me? And I went out and I said to everybody that was in there before I had walked out, before I left, I said, wow, she said I'm gross and wouldn't shake my hand, so everybody knew what was going on. That's the kind of person I am. But then I sat down to make a phone call to report the situation to somebody. And she calls the police because she thinks I'm going to be a problem. And I said, while she was on the phone, I said, I'm going to go wait outside. And I said it loud enough so whoever's on the phone would hear me. So I went out to my car and I waited. I actually called um, another police department who I had expressed the gang stalking issues to. And then I told them how I was letting them know how they reacted to me telling them that. And I didn't like how they reacted, and the other police department that she had called showed up. Okay, so the lady that answered the phone that I was telling this to told me that she transferred me over to their line, and I told them the same thing I told them. So they were both on the same page. When they get there, the first officer that showed up, he said he didn't like the things I had to say. He said my little stories weren't lining up. Like, basically, he was going to go with the I'm crazy thing. Like, if I were to say anything wrong, I feel like he would have called the ambulance and said I was crazy or paranoid or something. But another officer had showed up and seen what was going on, and he listened to the guy, like, basically telling me that. And I said, I'm sorry, I'm just trying to spread awareness. And the guy was like, thank you, we're aware now. The other guy that had showed up. And then I was like, oh, and the guy, his demeanor was just off. It was like he was trying to get me ticked off. And the other officer intervened and said, okay, yeah, fine. We're good here. We're done. So let's go into this reading and see what was going on with that, since we're thinking maybe this is a gang stalking situation. Before the officers had showed up, some other people pulled up in another car and they were like pulled around. Nobody got out to go donate. And then they were making noises from the car while I was speaking to the first police officer that was there, who was saying he didn't believe in the gang stalking. And he went over to go like see what was going on over there, and they were just sitting in the car. So he came back to start talking to me again. And they just continued to sit there. And I was like, that could be somebody that's part of the gang stalking. They're watching. But I wasn't going to say that. But I think they seen that happen. Like, how could you say this isn't possible? He literally was telling me this was impossible. I told him I have a YouTube channel. I told him my ex is a narcissist. He has a stream. I was like, we have followings. Like, how is this impossible, basically? But whatever, it went nowhere. So here, let's get into it. I forgot to bring my little card stand. Alright, we got 7 of Gabriel. Stand up for what you believe in. Have confidence and claim your personal power. You know, that's what I was doing. I was expressing that I have a concern, and he wasn't as concerned as me. That was what was off. Like, I'm trying to hold my respect, hold my dignity, and be in my strength to somebody who was disrespecting me. You know, she said she wasn't going to shake my hand, and she said I was gross. Like, she had already judged me, and that's why she wouldn't shake my hand. It's disgusting. And then we have 8 of Gabriel. A great deal of activity, sudden and immediate results, important communication. So that was forward, fast communication, you know. And then we may have some more communication about this. Alright, Knight of Ariel. A Knight of Ariel moves forward with the heart. Like, they have concerns in their heart when moving forward in a situation. Alright, so there is so much to accomplish. Make a very detailed plan, being watched over by someone kind. And this could be the angels. Like, the keepers of the Akashic records will definitely keep note of that. The guy came back out after he talked to me, then he went back in and said their story was a little different than mine, and this is why he's not believing me. And this is why I said, I'm just trying to make you aware of the situation, sir. So, you know, maybe later, if this comes into play, you're aware. And this is why the other officer just stepped in and said, okay, we're aware. And I was like, thank you. And I was like, are we done here? And he was like, yeah. All right, and then we have a collaboration. Three of Pentacles. Do what you love. A time of great personal growth in your career or artistic endeavors. Working with others in a cooperative manner. Yes, that's how you work with somebody cooperatively. All right, let's go forward and get more details about this situation. All right. We have some divinely guided clues. And we have 111. The angels are reading your thoughts. Be careful what you manifest. And we have period. Ooh. This is like going to be like a moment for somebody. The clues are divinely guided. All right. And then we have, you are attracting your manifestations. Change happens when you do that. Don't be resistant to the change. It will be positive in the end. You know, always try to pick positive routes. That woman is working in healthcare. Like, it's a health facility. Why is she treating me like that? She said her reasonings for treating me the way she was because I threatened to take a picture and post it on Facebook. Actually, I was going to contact corporate, but whatever. And they could have just told me you can't take pictures in here, which they did, and then I didn't. I left. So they have no real solid foundation to stand on. That's why I felt comfortable going back in to talk to them about this. You know? And then I have feeling concerned. Someone is feeling concerned after certain events took place. I think maybe they're seeing that, how they were being unfair. We have Reaper stepping in. You know, the Reaper doesn't always kill somebody. They kill a situation. In the end, this situation with them is dead because they told me I can't go back to their place ever again. So whatever. Even though I didn't even do anything. The divine watches and they see that kind of stuff. Like, they chose to be impolite. Yes, you can choose to do that, but you're going to get karma later. Trust me. We have Babylon talking around a situation. All talk. Right. They just make up their own story and why they feel the way they feel and why they're doing what they're doing. They know they're being unfair, but they say it's their choice. They can choose to do that. Is that somebody I would want working for me in such a position? No. We have somebody's a pro or a professional. Yeah, that was unprofessional what she chose. We have an energetic victory. We have relationship drama. How is this connected to relationship drama? I guess she personally has an issue with me. And we have need to find the real answers. What's the truth? And we have, you may have received a message of concern. Oh my God. You know, I think that might be this person taking a look at themselves. Like, oh my God, why am I such a... She's probably going to get retrained. She's probably going to get talked to. We have an epic outcome, actually. Somebody's feeling shaded. Yeah, I totally was shaded in that whole situation. Like, I was being professional. Why wasn't she? That's disgusting. That's why I said that about her. She had no solid foundation for saying I'm disgusting. Alright, and we have trying to steer someone in the wrong direction. So, why did this woman have such an opinion about me before we even spoke. She came in defensive right off the bat when we sat down to talk. Her reasoning for that was she can choose to be that way if she wants to. We have going in circles. We're going to have a nice outcome here, though. We have a compromise. I was hoping to get a compromise with her, but that didn't happen. Alright, we have wake up. Someone is saying things to distort your view. I think this gang stalking thing is real, you know? We got Bereas. So special forces watching. I think those people that were around the corner watching what was going down showed up to be backup. Because we know that there's some police officers out there who aren't having the right perspective. I even told him I was viciously attacked a while back, and ever since then is when I've been having my issues. And he said my little stories weren't adding up for him. That's probably because he wasn't taking the time to read between the lines. I was telling him to be more aware, and then later, maybe if he gets some signs and he has some time to think about it, he might see how this is possible. I think he needs to get retrained too. And we have moving forward quickly. You may have cleared an obstacle, or you had a change in perspective that made you start going forward. Ooh, I just said he needed to change his perspective. That's a positive message. We all learn and grow by interacting with each other. Sometimes you come into an encounter with a divine being because you need a lesson yourself. I don't care if you're a police officer. You need to be better at your job, apparently. So I'm glad the Reapers pulled that guy in for a fucking lesson today. Alright, we have besties. You may be meeting a soulmate or spending time with one. You know what? Me and that other officer, we're best friends now because we both seen that guy. He needs retraining. Hell yeah. Thanks, buddy. Then we got test of faith. Follow your heart. Happiness may be found doing this. Maybe he needs to do some more meditating himself when he goes home or something. He needs to have more intuition, especially in a career path like that. Everybody's going to be trying to lie to you. There's always going to be details left out in a situation. And you got to be able to read between the lines and figure out what those details are that you're missing. Your soul needs blank space to see how things pan out. Yeah, you know, I told him I was spreading awareness because in the end, things might pan out a certain way. I had my suspicions. I even told him I'm a clairvoyant medium. Maybe he don't believe in that, but maybe later he will. That was my idea. Switching the focus to happy.
You want to put the coat on? You want to put it on?
No.
We have unrealistic. I think he goes into these situations and maybe he has had encounters in the past, or too many encounters that have him automatically off the bat thinking when he gets called to a situation, it's gonna be unrealistic to have a happy outcome. Because, you know, sometimes people just are always on the edge. They're scared. I think the woman who I had an encounter with who's unprofessional, I think maybe she has faith over fear issues, and she's a person that doesn't like conflict. Some people just don't want to face conflict, and they call somebody else and hand it off immediately because they're one of these kind of people. She created the conflict. That's why she didn't want to confront what she had done or how she was acting. Let's see what we got in here. Karma. Ooh, karma's gonna strike. Or it already did. We have that was sus. Close call for somebody. Looking like a predator. You know, some people just like to create conflict because they can. That's gross. That's gross. That's why I said she's gross. That's a vicious attack. To be in a professional position and choose to not be professional to certain people, that's prejudice. That's passing judgment on people. And then we have too soon to celebrate. That was an angel stunt. Yeah, sometimes I'll hang around. I'll let somebody call the police so I can tell them a thing or two. You know, I love having police be aware that there's mediums and clairvoyants and stuff out there who are willing to steer them in the right direction. Because actually here in the United States, that kind of thing has been shunned. Like, we're not knowledge enough in spirituality. People need to be more knowledge in spirituality. There's other countries out there who are knowledge in spirituality, and to be spiritual opens up a world of knowledge for you. And when they are more knowledge than we are, we're actually at the disadvantage, because then at that point we're hoping that bronze over brains is going to work, and it's just not. It's not going to work anymore. Back in December of 2020, we started moving into the age of Aquarius. And in the age of Aquarius, knowledge is power. Last age was devilish. Materialistic things had power over, smarts. We talk about the devil coming and having his way all the time, but I feel like he already did. Do we remember Jesus? You guys remember what happened to Jesus? He ended up on a cross and he died. And everybody was like, yeah, let's do it. Why? Why would we do that to somebody? What in the fucking world were they thinking when they threw somebody up on a wood cross and tortured them to death? What did he do that was so bad? I feel like we should do that to somebody who's more like Hitler, I don't know, man. And we have making an arrest. Ooh. They were trying to make an arrest on me. But, if we find out who's actually behind some gang stalking, and especially if they're in a position like that, yeah, they can get in big trouble. That's legal harassment. I've had too many people try to legally harass me. And that's where things are adding up in my favor. And if you're being gang stalked out there, if you continue to push back and, make sure you keep notes with the right people, things will add up in your favor too. Karma will strike. The divine is watching everything. And they're going to lead you to the people you need. They're going to lead you to the answers you need. As long as you live in your truth, there's nothing to worry about. We have somebody's goals. After that card, the make an arrest, somebody's goals are harassing. That's dark. It's dark to try to legally harass somebody and make them seem like something they're not. Because then other people, when they encounter them, they are judging them off the bat as somebody they're not. And that messes with how their life can go. If somebody lives a bad life because you lied about them and people think horrible things about them, that creates conflicts and chaos that's unnecessary. You see? Somebody feels like they got duped. That's probably what happened. You know? Bullies. Bullies do this. You ever heard of, like, automatically off the top of my head, I'm thinking about a story I heard a long time ago where some parents screwed things up for somebody else's kid so their kid could get into college. That's the kind of stuff that's happening. I feel like they're the ones that are hiring gang stalkers to try to take you out because you are a threat to their child coming up. That's disgusting. Like, why are these kids going to school and acting like bullies? I think their parents are steering them in that direction. You know, you don't just start being this kind of way for no reason. Like, somebody installs that in you. If your parents are correct, they will steer you to watch certain things that are appropriate for you, you know, to a certain degree. You can't control the heck out of somebody, but you can, you know, not allow them to watch certain movies or listen to certain music until a certain age to make sure that they don't, you know, go down the wrong path. That's what angels do. You know, your parents are like your guardians, your angels. They want what's best for you. And when your parent is not doing things like they want what's best for you, that creates conflict in your life and chaos because you're trying to be yourself. You're trying to be an individual. You're trying to follow your heart and your passions. And when somebody tries to steer you because they feel more passionate about you doing something, it just gives you a bad feeling. Like, why do you want that for me when I would be happier for this way? You know, follow your happiness. Do what you feel is best for you because literally nobody can tell you what's best for you. So that was the situation. That lady's looking like a bully. Like, why didn't she want to shake my hand? That's ridiculous. One more thing. I walked up to this table. I just chose this table, and there was this card here. It's a business card, and it's for the New Covenant Bible Church. And it says plot twist. I like that because we had that angel stunt card come out. Very good. You know, in this community, in this spiritual community, the people we battle the most are self-righteous religious people because what we do and what we know is a little bit contradicting to what they have been installed with. You know, here in the United States, spirituality has been shunned. It seems devilish to certain people, which it really is not. I mean, a person who's spiritual and is pure at heart doesn't fear learning about the devil. You don't fear figuring out the kinds of lessons around that situation because you have learned balance at your core. The yin and yang come into play when it comes to that. A lot of people don't even know what yin and yang sign is. It stands for balance and peace and harmony. There's the black and the white, the light and the dark, and they both have a purpose. As above, so below. That's a saying. So there's that duality. There's duality to everything. Wherever you see positivity, there's negativity. Wherever you see negativity, there's positivity. It's all a switch of the focus, really. Alright guys, I'm going to leave that here. Peace out. Thanks for watching my video. If you haven't subscribed to my channel yet, please do that. And then hit the notification bell so you're notified when I upload a video or go live.